go ahead and look at what's next for DC. We got Lanterns on the way, and we got Clayface on the way. Now, I kind of have talked about this in some other videos before. I really want to talk about this today because I think it's very important to know where we're at with Lanterns. I've heard some mixed things about the show online from people who worked on the project. People have heard about stuff with the project. It just seems like there is a lot of good with the series. There could be a lot of promise here, but it might not be meshing. There's some key components that might not be working together. Now, if Lanterns doesn't work, and I've also heard some things about Clayface that I think overall I've heard Clayface is going to be pretty good. They're about to go into reshoots, and we'll see if they start reworking things after the response from Supergirl. If this whole year, we come out of this year and they've reworked all of these projects, have had absolutely no faith in the projects that they went into and making Lanterns and doing Clayface, we're going to be in trouble with DC. If everything rides on Man of Tomorrow's success next year, we're basically starting over again. And where do we go from there? What are the projects we're working on after Man of Tomorrow? That's something that I would love to know as a fan. As a fan of DC and where we're going. Even James Gunn himself has said that he doesn't quite know where the direction of the larger DC universe is going after Man of Tomorrow. I would like to know where it's going after Man of Tomorrow. I don't need to know the beat by beat, like, I don't need to know the whole picture. I don't need to see the whole picture, but I'd at least like to know the direction, or like, when are we getting the Justice League? Is that something that we're building towards? What's the ultimate end of just chapter 1? I don't need to know the full vision of the saga, the equivalent of the Infinity Saga or the Multiverse Saga. Whatever this big major saga that they're building towards, or this first book of the DC Universe, what it's going to be. I don't need to know the whole thing. I would at least like to know what this chapter of Gods and Monsters is about. Because for me, at the very least, all these projects have been connected to each other. There have been elements that have carried over from project to project. Creature Commandos, you have characters like Amanda Waller, you have characters like Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. does continue on into Superman, which was the next project. Superman, you have characters like Rick Flag Sr., like Lex Luthor, that go on into Peacemaker Season 2, and Peacemaker himself had a cameo in Superman, so you have those connections. Of course, then you go into Supergirl. Supergirl was established in a cameo appearance in Superman, and Superman himself is in Supergirl. So you have these connecting threads, and that's great, and I love that. But I don't know where we're going for the larger DC universe, and if there's no clear direction post Man of Tomorrow, then what are we doing? What is the ultimate goal here? And I would like to know what is the overall story of where we're going. Again, I don't need to know the whole story, but I would at least like to know where chapter 1 is headed. It's like when you get a book and you can read the little synopsis on the back, it kind of tells you what to expect going into the book. Now, I mean, I don't need to know each chapter. I don't want to know that until I start reading it, but I would at least like to know what the overall vision for this is going to be. What am I getting myself into? And I don't know what I'm getting myself into with Gods and Monsters. I don't know what that synopsis is for this chapter. I've just been told the title, but that doesn't tell me anything about what the overall vision for this chapter is supposed to be. So I would like to have some clarity on that, and I think we need that. Now, for these projects like Lanterns, again, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it, but if Lanterns is in trouble, and if Clayface is in trouble, we might be in trouble with this current phase of the DC Universe. And if these projects don't work, I can guarantee you that they'll be looking for some new leadership for DC Studios once the Paramount Warner Brothers merger finishes. And I don't want that. I want some consistency in leadership. But if we keep changing it like we did in the old DCEU days, we're in for a very rocky couple of years until they decide to ultimately reboot once again. And that's what I'm hoping we don't get with the current DC Universe, hoping for its success, praying for its success. I don't know where we go from here, but you let me know down in the comments. Where we go from here with this current stage of the DC Universe. Are we in for a good time? Are we in for a short time? You let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Hey everyone, thanks so much for checking out that clip from my new podcast, Talking Movies and More. It will be intercut with the podcast we're doing called The Assembly Cut I'm doing with Hayden Smalley, and I hope you stick around and check out that podcast as well. Be sure to check it out here on YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform, either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Go down in the comment section, let me know what you thought of the topic we discussed here today. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos go live to this channel. When you do that, it always helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have an awesome and a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.